Of course, our top focus this morning, over 12 hours after the helicopter carrying Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and 8 others crashed in northern Iran on Sunday, more than 70 rescue teams continue to search in the dark.
Right, Amy. The latest, the search and rescue teams reached the source of heat suspected to be the wreckage of helicopter, but found no clue of the President Raisi's chopper.
Now, the helicopter came down in the early afternoon in Iran's East Azerbaijan province. This is what we know so far, triggering a massive search operation. The efforts include deployment of military drones and dozens of rescue teams.
مخاطبین محترم میتونن ببینن که چگونه گروه‌های امداد در حالی که شب هست بارندگی شدید وجود داره هوا به شدت.
Initially, officials said that they were able to make contact with some of the passengers aboard the helicopter.
مسیری مواصلاتی به طول 107 کیلومتر که به صورت ریلی و جاده‌ای شرق به غرب آسیا را از خاک ایران به هم
But so far, emergency crews have not been able to reach the crash site amid a reported fog and extreme cold weather.
Iranian Foreign Minister was also on board. Conditions of both Raisi and Amirabdollahian remain unknown as overnight temperatures drop in the mountainous area.
Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps announced late on Sunday night that they detected the exact location of the crash after receiving a signal from the helicopter and the mobile phone of one of the crew members.
The accident occurred as Raisi and Amirabdollahian were returning after inaugurating a dam on Iran's border with Azerbaijan. There were 3 helicopters in the convoy of dignitaries, but the helicopter carrying the president lost contact, while 2 other choppers arrived at their destinations safely.
Iranian authorities have identified a 2-kilometer radius for the crash site. The crash site is believed to be somewhere in the Dizmar forest area. Poor weather and low visibility are complicating rescue efforts in the rural area.
Iran's neighboring countries, including Russia, have offered help in the rescue efforts. Azerbaijan's Red Crescent Society released a video of search and rescue workers looking for the crashed helicopter. The video showed people carrying flashlights as they walked in windy conditions on a hill.
Turkey has assigned a drone and a helicopter with night vision capability to assist with the search operation in Iran. The Turkish Disaster and Emergency Management Authority said that a team of 23 mountaineers and 6 vehicles have been sent to Iran to help with rescue operations. Flight radar live tracking maps showed the drone circling around the area where the helicopter is thought to have crashed on Sunday. The UAV identified the source of heat suspected to be the wreckage of the helicopter and then shared its coordinates with Iranian authorities, but no clue of the chopper was found at that location.
Russia has also sent a team of rescuers to help the search efforts. 47 specialists with the required gear and equipment, including all-terrain vehicles, along a BO-105 helicopter, has also been sent. Apart from Russia, the European Union offered emergency satellite mapping technology.
For more on this, we're now being joined by Lester Munson, Senior Fellow, National Security Institute, Principal International at BGR Group. He's joining us from Washington, D.C. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on World DNA.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Now, sir, of course, there have been conflicting reports that have been coming out with regards to the location of the crash site as well. It's been 12 hours, over 12 hours actually. Iranian emergency crews are carrying out search operations. Also, the heat source that was identified, that gave no clue of the crashed helicopter either. How do you assess the situation at the moment?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. It certainly doesn't seem like it's going to be good news. The weather is bad. Helicopters are dangerous. And the fact that they haven't heard from anyone from the helicopter in quite some time, I think, means that this is likely to be bad news. But I think, of course, we're all hoping for the best and no unnecessary loss of life.
Right, Mr. Mohsen, the incident also puts the spotlight on Iran's aviation industry, especially with international sanctions on Tehran, which makes it perhaps difficult to obtain the parts of the aircraft. What perhaps would have been the state of the 3 choppers, 2 of which have returned back to the destination safely, but the one carrying Iranian President and Foreign Minister missing?
Well, I certainly think people are going to speculate about that. Iran has been a malefactor in the region and globally for quite some time. That's the reason it has economic sanctions imposed on it. So what are the consequences of those sanctions? Could they have had something to do with this, with the crash of this helicopter? That remains to be seen, but it's certainly going to be discussed. I hope at the same time people will be discussing Iran's bad acts, supporting terrorism and other groups that are seeking to undermine legitimate governments in the Middle East.
Sir, I also wanted to understand, countries around the world, of course, they are offering logistics help. Turkey has sent a team as well there. How efficacious do you think these teams can be, considering it's already been over 12 hours and the location of the chopper crash has not been identified yet?
Yeah, I'm no expert on rescue efforts, but with each hour that goes by, it's going to be more difficult to get a successful outcome here. I think realistically, flying a helicopter in bad weather is never a good idea. I suspect that the likely explanation here is that is what led to the crash. Of course, we all hope that there's no unnecessary loss of life here, but the longer this goes on, the less likely we are to receive any kind of news that someone survived.
Right, Mr. Mohsen, thank you so much for taking our time and joining us here on WION with your insights.
Thank you.